Welcome to this week's episode of Serving the Community podcast. Each week, your host Trisha Stetzel is highlighting people and organizations in our communities that are serving through volunteer work and giving back to make our community, country, and even the world a kinder place to live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Serving the Community. My name is Trisha Stetzel, owner of ResultsXtreme Business Solutions and founder of this podcast. I am really excited. I finally got this guy on the show, my friend, Dave Weaver from the Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Trisha. So honored to be here. I really have we've been so busy trying to accomplish the mission and make things happen. I am so glad that we finally got together and we were able to get on the show.
Yeah, me too. And I'm just teasing you. I know you've been doing a whole lot of work in the background. So Dave, let's talk about who you are. So give us a little bit of background so that folks can get to understand where you come from, and then we'll dive into the chamber.
Yes, so Dave Weaver, veteran Air Force and Army, flew on the RC-135, C-130s as a nav, and then flew the Apache helicopter with the Army for the last part of my career and then retired out. Absolutely love that I've served our nation and all that we stand for. So I've been all over the world serving the country, both OIF, OEF, and the Pacific Theater. And now I'm a veteran business owner here in Houston, running my own financial practice and growing that for my clients. And then in the meantime, I really kind of stumbled, I guess I could stumble, but came aware of a lot of gaps for the veteran business owner and started the Houston Regional Veterans Chamber of Commerce, representing the veteran business owners here in the Houston region.
Which has been a huge blessing, Dave, to a lot of us, right? We didn't have, like you said, there's this huge gap out there for veterans who own businesses. So let's talk a little bit more about the chamber and the mission that you continue to drive. So number one, we just had our first birthday, right?
Yes, we
just
did.
turned 1 year old. So talk to me about the mission of the chamber.
Well, the mission really is to be able to have, really as also a purpose, is to be able to bring awareness to the veteran business owners here in the Houston region, but maybe even larger, but also build an ecosystem to where they have a place to where they can start a business, grow a business, or scale it, depending on where they are, depending on if they are a solopreneur or if they are a guy that has multiple millions of dollars worth of equipment. They serve either the United States or global markets, and it's a way of giving back too, because there's plenty of mentors and leaders in the veteran business community. However, there's no ecosystem supporting them. There's a lot of programs out there, for access to capital but there's no center hub of resources. And so I wanted to bring together a resource hub to where veterans can talk to each other about, missing those landmines and growing and scaling together, and maybe what that looks like, depending on, where they want to go in life and where they want to do with their business, and think like a business owner, and utilize those skills that they learned in the military to accomplish their mission and grow their business, take care of their family.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there's something special about veterans. They know how to get up out of bed and go to work every day, right? They just do. But what we're finding, though, that not all veterans who own businesses are identifying themselves.
That is very true.
Yeah. And I feel like, and we've had a lot of conversations around that, right? We've got to get out there in front of all of these folks and say, raise your hand. There are so many resources, right? We do know, you and I know, we've talked to people at the SBA and SCORE, and there's so many resources for brand new businesses, for startup businesses, for people who raise their hand and say, help me. But how many veterans out there own businesses that have more mature challenges beyond, right, those resources? So what else is the chamber doing to create this ecosystem that you were talking about?
So creating thank you, Patricia. And you're absolutely right. It is awareness. So there's kind of two sides to this, and creating an ecosystem is making those veteran business owners aware of resources that they can tap into. Be that education, be that access to capital, to being, different certifications, depending on what they're trying to accomplish with their business. But utilizing the certifications for a marketing purpose. There's lots of passionate patriots that want to support a veteran business, but they can't find them. And so one of those reasons we can't find them, because some of, like you barely put out there, is we don't self-identify. There are several veteran business owners that don't put it on their card. They don't put it on their website. They don't put it on their LinkedIn. And you're like, you're missing a piece here. You served your country. If anybody deserves a shot at business, it's a veteran-owned business, because they signed on a blank check for their life to be able to defend and protect our freedoms. And they are coming here back to the local economy to, not only serve the local economy, looking for a hand up, not a handout. And they are hiring veterans. They are certainly impacting the GDP, but we have no idea what they are doing or how to measure that, because it's not being measured in so many different organizations that we fit into the hub model. And so the Chamber has a Veterans Business Growth Academy, thanks to leaders in the Chamber that are contributing to those skill sets to help that veteran entrepreneur / owner think more like a business owner. Things that our skill sets go beyond or put a capstone on something, tying everything together. We have a Veterans Business Expo that we are putting on together with now the city of Houston here in the Houston region. And then we have a Veterans Business Marketplace at Wings Over Houston for the first time, and hopefully that's a large tent to where we're getting those veterans out in front of the consumers. But we are also hitting up several different bigger organizations that are fitting into the supplier diversity spend of corporations, and plugging them in to corporations that want to support a veteran or a local veteran, not just hire a veteran, but hire a veteran business company to fit their supplier diversity. And so making these companies aware of veterans in their backyard that they can utilize, be that restaurants, painter, a gravel guy, it could be a insurance guy, it could be, a leadership coach such as yourself. And those are things that, are impacting the community, from, the city of Houston to other organizations, plugging them into the supplier diversity piece. So that way those corporations can have a diversity of spend. They have to spend 31% of their money if they want to be called an ESG company to fit the ESG model, and be able to market that as a part of their marketing. They've got to spend. Well, why not be able to spend that 31% with a veteran business owner?
Yeah, there's billions of dollars out there just waiting to be used, right,
yes,
for veteran-owned businesses. And I'm guilty, just like many of our listeners are, of not identifying as a veteran. I didn't until I met this guy here, Dave, and got involved in the Chamber and said, you know what, this mission I believe in, and let's go do it, right? I just got goosebumps. And it's really about self-identifying, right? And knowing and being proud. It's not that I wasn't proud. I didn't lead with that, right? And by the way, we're a 2-household veteran household, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not only a veteran, but I'm a wife of a veteran. I'm a daughter of a veteran, and I'm a mother of a veteran. I mean, none of those things even rolled out of my mouth until I get involved in the Chamber. And for my listeners, this is not just some little fly-by-night chamber, you guys. This is huge. And I happen to know that Dave has brought twice now, and we're going to continue to do this several times a year, has brought community leaders together to talk about creating awareness and creating this ecosystem. It's huge, right? This is a huge thing, and we want to get in front of as many veterans as we can. So if you're listening to this and you know a veteran, dang it, send them this podcast and have them listen to it, because there are so many resources out there. And it's not just for the veteran-owned businesses, it's also for those who want to serve veterans, those who want to support veterans. You're all welcome to become a part of this giant ecosystem. So Dave, you mentioned a couple of events that are coming up. Let's dig into those so that the listeners know exactly when to look for these things coming up. So which one is coming up first that we need to make them aware of?
Okay, well, actually the first one, besides all the little ones that we kind of participate in, you know, sponsoring other golf holes and things like that to kind of build awareness for our veteran business owners out there, is the Veterans Business Expo with the city of Houston. And this is not just regional wide. We've got a couple of people actually coming out of state already that have signed up that are veteran business owners, which is awesome. And that is going to be on September 30th of this year at the HCC, Houston Community College West Loop campus. We're looking to really put 150 veteran-owned businesses under one roof. So really, we are inviting all the public that wants to support and shop from a veteran-owned company to come visit and, you know, look at what's available. We are the most diverse group out there among any other group. And we also are the most diverse probably in businesses, because we almost represent every business out there. And there are some great organizations that people probably are not even aware of that are veteran owned or veteran founded, to include Walmart, Chick-fil-A, Discount Tire. These are some phenomenal companies out there that, you know, have done some amazing work, but they don't even say that they are veteran founded, or, you know, unless you read into the history of it, you know, it finally pops out. But the Veteran Business Expo will have education pieces for those veteran business owners that want a specific education piece, be that designation, access to capital, a marketing plan, a capability statement, supplier diversity, how to get into the government system, how to become bankable, how to become corporate ready so you can fit the capacity for the supplier chain of these bigger corporations that want to hire a veteran company. Then they have obviously the expo itself, the 150 businesses, both B2B, business to business, and B2C. So inviting the public, but also inviting all the procurement officers that are out there to the Veteran Business Expo to be able to showcase the veterans, but also them to be able to interview and see what's available from a veteran business owner. And then we will have a veterans reception, or an expo reception after this, with a keynote speaker that is an author, and he is got lots to really pour into us at that reception, and just really awesome to really highlight veteran business owners. The planning's been already staked out there. If you're looking to get involved or volunteer, you can volunteer. Go through the general admission thing. There's a link for volunteers to help us run the expo itself. The city of Houston is already looking to expand this to the NRG or to the George R. Brown and be so much bigger. Maybe not even a regional, but even a national type of Veterans Business Expo, and bringing the awareness to the veteran business economy right here that's impacting the GDP.
That's awesome. So all-day event, September 30th. It's on a Friday, right? Am I right?
It is on a Friday, this year, and
so
next year will probably be multiple days.
Okay, perfect. So we're still looking for those who want to highlight their businesses. So veteran-owned businesses, we would love for you to join as an exhibitor at the event. And we're also looking for volunteers. And by the way, you do not have to be a veteran to volunteer. You just want to support veterans. We want you to come out. And so the expo is going to happen during the day, and then we're going to have a reception in the evening with a speaker. So they're almost two separate events. This is going to be amazing, you guys. Also, we're still looking for food trucks. We've got room, right, for veteran-owned food trucks. Yes, veteran-owned food trucks. So if you guys are in that space, please let us know. I will put the website to the expo in the show notes. So just grab it from there, go out and see how you might be able to help. All right. So Wings Over Houston.
Actually, it's very easy. Just look up Houston Veterans Business Expo.
Oh, there it is. Houston
it's
Veterans.
Really, or you can do Veterans Business Expo and it'll be the same.
Perfect. That's excellent. And then Wings Over Houston, right? Marketplace we've got going on. When is that, Dave?
So that is going to be at the 4th largest air show here in Houston, which is Wings Over Houston. It is October 29th and 30th, and we have arranged with Wings Over Houston to have a veterans marketplace for the first time. We were there last year to do a small tent, but this year we liked it so much we talked with the executive director of Wings Over Houston to expand it to a much larger tent, and hoping to grow it to roughly about 30 to 40 veteran business owners in one tent at Wings Over Houston, which draws almost 100,000 people over 2 days. And so we get to represent those veteran business owners and get them for a super reduced cost, and be able to get them highlighted in Wings Over Houston and help the GDP, but also build the awareness of the veteran business owner that is right in our backyards.
That is awesome. Dave, we could talk for so much longer about all of these things, but we're at the end of our time. So in closing, a reminder, I'm going to put all of the contact information down below. Dave, we may have to have you back on the show so we can talk some more. I know. Amazing work, Dave. You've been such a significant leader in our community for our veterans. If you're a veteran out there and you're not self-identifying, we need to know about you. Dave created this beautiful map of veteran-owned businesses, and we want you to be a part of our chamber. We want you to be on that map so that we can start to count and actually have data on how many veterans we have out there. Y'all, Houston is has the third largest population.
We're the second largest veteran population.
And it is the largest women's population of veterans, 177,000 women veterans in the Houston area.
We have no idea how many veteran businesses there are.
No, we don't. We don't have a clue. So we need everyone to raise their hand, right? Everyone.
Right. We are better together.
As we close, anything you want to say?
Yes, I love that you touched on the map. So we created a veterans business map. It's on our website. It's free to register to get on it if you're a veteran-owned business. We will verify that you're a veteran-owned business. But yeah, it's free to get on it. It represents not only the Houston region, but also Texas and the United States. So if you're a veteran-owned business or you know of one, get them plugged in on the map. We'll put them on the map. It's free to get them on the map. So we just want awareness to be built around the veteran business owners. And man, it's interactive. It's not just a map. It's interactive. So you can actually zoom into your community and see what businesses are around you that is a veteran owned, and and go out there and support them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one closing. And thank you for all that you guys doing. Thank you for your passionate patriot, but Trisha, thank you for your service, not only to our country, but also to the Veterans Chamber. I could not be where we are without your mentorship and also your input to what we are doing, and the vision just keeps growing. And I love where the impact it's going to have.
Me too, Dave. And you're a great leader. Thank you for continuing to drive this big old jet, right? Because that's what it is. And we're just going to keep adding people to it as we go along, and it's going to create that ecosystem, right? And that's really what the mission is to create that ecosystem so that we can all support each other, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. It's very nice.
Our motto, right, is one team, one mission. Better together than we are apart.
That's right. Absolutely. Thank you. Dave, thank you for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
I'm honored and look forward to it again.
Thank you. And that concludes this week's podcast, Serving the Community.